This is the second video in the series of videos on Relate to Profit instructions. This video is going to cover contact information. So I'm going to click on the Contacts main menu button, and below that you will see that I can search on contacts, I can create a new contact, I can search for contacts by company name, and I can create a new company here. So in the search contact form, I have the capability to search for contacts just by any attribute that I have entered for my contacts. I can also jump quickly to a list of all contacts whose last name starts with this particular letter. I also have a previous link here that will show me my previous search results. Over here I can create a search criteria, and I can save that search criteria, select it here, and see the results that meet that search criteria. So let's take a look at the search criteria. Typical CRM information, I can search by contact name, company, phone number, the behavior styles which we set up under options, the groups which we set up under options. I can search by relationship stage. Again, we set these up under options, the networks, the relationship. And you will see where we assign these to each contact as we look at specific contacts. We can also search by profession. We can search by notes and accomplishments, interests, and skills that we have entered for each of our contacts. And we can search by activity type. So we could search by all of the people that we've played golf with that have an activity that we've recorded with a contact that we've played golf, and we can bound our search by date. Once we set up a filter or a search criteria here, we can give it a name. We can say save filter, and it will show up in our saved filters list. So let's do a little search here. I know I have several records in here with the last name of Frazier, and I'll just click the search button and nothing. So let me try that again. I click the F and I go to the next page, and sure enough I have Frazier's in here. Let's go back to search contacts. And it came up when I typed it in without the uppercase F. Not quite sure why that is. Anyway, this search is always available right here. So you don't have to go directly to this search contacts page. This box is always available regardless of where you are in the system. I can click in search, and I can see search results. I have Mike in here several times based on the various companies that he is associated with. So that's the search capability. To create a new contact, I click the new contact button and I start entering my information about this contact. There's a minimum amount of information that you need. You need to have their first name and last name, and you need to have their email address. That's it. That's all you need to get started. So I'm going to put a contact in here that we can start working with. At this point, if I try to click any of these other tabs, it's going to tell me I need to save this contact tab first. When I'm working with a new contact, I definitely have to put in these 3 pieces of information and click save. And now this contact is in here. And I can add any of this typical CRM information. And we have professions. So we have the profession classification, then we have the profession list, we have the behavior styles, we have the secondary behavior style. family information, Gaines profile, if you're familiar with the BNI Gaines profile. We can record all of this kind of personal information for this contact. So let's put some information in here. I'll click save, and you can see that information was saved. So now I can move on to the company tab, and there are two ways to add company information to this contact. I can select from this list, and this is what I recommend that you do. Once the company has been created in Relate to Profit, I suggest that you select the company from this list so that all of the contacts who work for that company are associated with that company. I just click Assign Company, and now this information is filled in. If I wanted to, I could create a new company here. I could also simply enter company information and modify company information here. So if I modify company information here, I am modifying this company information for all of the contacts that are assigned to that company. So because I used this list, this contact is assigned to this company, and there's one company record to modify. Again, this is pretty similar to any CRM system that you might use. Under the Member Of tab is where I can assign this contact to the groups and the networks that I have created under Options. So let's say I am going to do a C5 project for this company, for this contact. I can put them in a group with all my other clients that are using this particular framework, and maybe I met this contact through BNI and he's a member of Chamber of Commerce. I can save those things, and now this contact here is associated with this group and this network. The next tab, the Relationship tab, is the place where Relate to Profit starts to differentiate itself from other CRM systems. This is where I work on specifying my relationship to this contact. So I can make them active or inactive, pretty simple. I can set my relationship stage. So this is the introduced, trusted, or mature that I set up in Options. I can specify which relationship network he is a member of. And we have casual networks, we have people who are part of our information network, we have people that we expect to be part of our referral network and part of our support network. So we can put them in as many of these relationship networks as we want. And again, our referral relationship is specified here. Are they a client? Are they a referral source? Are they simply in our contact sphere, a member of our power team, or a referral partner at this point? So again, maintaining this information is part of what drives the dashboard on the home page. And it's also what drives the reporting to see how your referrals are working for you. Again, if you click over any of these question marks, you will see a description of the choices that you have to help you decide how to use these checkboxes. And again, you can use them any way that you see fit. You just want to be consistent. So when you're doing reporting on these items, you have some consistency in what you're looking at. So I'm going to click Save. And now I have set up all of the parameters for this particular contact, all of the attributes. Under Activities is where I can begin to schedule activities and record the activities that I am doing with this contact. I am going to do that in a separate video because there is a lot of information there. And so we'll come back to that in the next video. And I can also record notes for this contact. So Again, much like any CRM system, I can record a contact note. Probably notes are going to be more attached with activities, but I can add a general note here. And now I have notes. It tells me when I added this note, who added it, and who updated it. So there is some note information here. So that's how you add a new contact. We can also search for contacts by company name. So here are all of the contacts that I have assigned to Referral Institute company names, and you can see it does a pattern match here, and it shows you all matching that start with Referral Institute. And I can come here and I can create a new company here, which is a little bit, I don't usually use this page. I'm usually creating the company as I'm creating the contact if the company doesn't exist yet. So that's the contacts information. Pretty straightforward, much like any other CRM until you get to the relationship tab. And on that relationship tab in the activities tab is where Relate to Profit is unique. After I search for a contact, I have information here, and I have these buttons out here that I should describe for you. So it shows me their status, it shows me their relationship stage, and these buttons take me directly to specific parts of their information. So this allows me to view all of their information in a kind of a printable form, their activities, their company information, their address, things like that. If I go back to my previous search, this pencil item allows me to modify this contact, and here are all my tabs of information. This calendar looking icon takes me directly to the activities tab, because after your contact is set up, most of the things you're going to do with this contact are to add new activities or complete activities. So that button, that calendar button, is a quick link to the View Activities page. This calendar with the little hand on it takes you to the activities page already set up to enter a new activity. And again, I'll cover that in the next video. So now I think I've completed everything that I want to tell you about entering contact information.